Episode 6: Brown Eyes in the Courtyard, a Soviet childhood story. 1. The place where everything began. The 5-story Khrushchevka building with peeling plaster and rusted balconies wasn't just a place to live for Andrew. It was a universe. The courtyard was his country, his world, his stage. It smelled of wet soil after the rain. In summer, it bloomed with lilacs and dust. In winter, icicles and coal stains. In spring, the janitor's broom scraped the sidewalk, chasing away the last patches of snow. Each morning, rushing out the front door, Andrew felt like an adventure was waiting. His friends were always there. Slavka, wild and red-haired, always barefoot, even in snow. Artyom, 2 years older, with a plastic toy machine gun. And little Tanya, skinny as a twig, who always dragged around a one-armed doll. They built snow forts, searched for bent nails and shiny metal scraps, made tiny secret treasures under glass, shared a single Chupa Chups between 3 people. Sometimes they fought, sometimes they made peace, but they always came back. The yard called them like home. 2. A day that feels like forever. Andrew's day always began the same. Breakfast, lumpy semolina porridge, then kindergarten. He didn't like it, but lately something had changed. There was a girl. Her name was Natalia. 3. Natalia brown eyes, silky braids tied with 2 giant white bows. She was in the group next door, but Andrew always saw her. At lunch, in the hallway, on the playground. And every time he saw her, something fluttered wildly in his chest. He didn't know what it was. One day, she looked directly at him. "Your hat is funny," she said, and smiled. That night, he couldn't sleep. He lay there, staring at the ceiling, repeating the sound of her voice, her smile, the way she squinted her eyes. He wanted to give her chewing gum the next day, but he got scared. He couldn't do it. Instead, he drew her a picture: a house, a tree, and a girl with big white bows. He left it on her little bed during nap time. She never said anything, but she looked at him longer than usual, and that was enough. 4. The courtyard and its heroes. After kindergarten came his second life, the courtyard. They played cops and robbers, made guns out of clothespins and rubber bands. They climbed trees, found bird nests, even rescued an injured sparrow once. He lived in a shoebox in the stairwell for 3 days. The older boys hung out on the corner, blasting Kino or Machina Vremeni from a tape player. Sometimes they smoked, sometimes they drank. Andrew and the others watched them with awe. They were like real adults, brave, free, like someone who could walk out into the night and not be afraid. 5. Scraped knees and a bruised heart. One afternoon, Andrew saw Natalia in the yard. She was with her grandmother, swinging gently back and forth. He hid behind a tree. Slavka spotted him and nudged his side. "Go tell her she's pretty. Don't be a chicken." Andrew walked over, heart hammering. "Hi," he said. "Hi," she replied. "Do you want me to push you?" She nodded. He pushed the swing, his hands shaking. But then another boy, someone older from another courtyard, came up, handed Natalia a candy, and walked away with her. Andrew stood there holding the swing, now empty and slowly creaking in the breeze. That evening, he lay on the couch staring at the ceiling again. His heart ached. He didn't know what the feeling was. Jealousy? Sadness? Maybe it was something called first love. 6. The basement club days. Later, they went into the basement of the building, an underground kingdom filled with pipes, dust, cobwebs, and echoes. They searched for treasure using his father's flashlight. Slavka swore there was a black man living in the shadows. Nobody believed him, but that only made it more exciting. They made that place their hideout. They stashed old cassette tape bits, bottle caps, pins, and a broken lighter, their treasures. In the corner of the wall, Andrew taped a folded note. Andrew was here, and he loves Natalia. 7. The letter. He never gave her. He decided to write her a letter. On his father's typewriter, one letter at a time, he typed, "Natalia, you are beautiful. I really like you. You're like a princess. I don't know why, but when you're near, I feel good. Andrew." He carried it in his coat pocket for 3 days. He wanted to give it to her. Then he wanted to hide it in her locker. Then he decided to burn it. That night, behind the garages, he watched the flames eat the paper. He felt strange, relieved, but also full of something heavy. Maybe she didn't need to know. It was enough that he knew. 8. The almost kiss. At the winter kindergarten concert, they danced together. He was a dwarf. She was a snowflake. When the music stopped, they bumped noses. She giggled. He blushed. Then she took his hand and said, "You're not funny. You're kind." He didn't wash that hand for 3 days. 9. Winter in the yard. Snow blanketed the courtyard. They slid down icy hills on cardboard scraps, built a snowman with a cigarette and a bucket hat. Andrew wanted to invite Natalia, but she didn't come outside anymore. She was moved to another group. Then, her grandmother said she had gone to the countryside. Just like that, she was gone. 10. Time moves, but some things stay in spring. The lilacs bloomed again. Andrew still played in the yard, still built secret forts, still ran barefoot in the grass. But part of him was different now. He had loved, in his own way, with a heart so open it ached. And he knew he would never forget her, not because she was his great love, but because she was his first. Epilogue. Years later, Andrew would walk past old courtyards, smell wet lilacs, hear the echo of kids shouting through broken windows, and suddenly remember it all. The cracked pavement, the rusted swing, the sound of her voice, laughing, the note in the basement. Andrew was here, and he loves Natalia. He knew a courtyard is not just a place, it's a memory. A place where we feel everything for the first time, without fear, without doubt, with all our heart.